Glory Days, the best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Apple Green, brightening your day. Now, bringing over 400 M&S food favourites to make every stop tastier.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I thought you were having an episode.
No, I'm at that. I know we talk a lot about age, but I'm at that place where I don't just stand up and go, ugh. Oh, here we go now again.
Unbelievable.
Before I start talking, I have to go,
impeccable. You were literally sitting there fine. I put a microphone up and you go,
I didn't have to say that. No, nothing to clear. I was quite happy with a bunch of garbage rolling around my face. Now, when we had to start talking, it's a different thing, you know.
I see, and pressure has a strange effect as well, because even though, basically, we're recording this during the show.
Yeah.
All right, because of availability issues.
Yeah. So we had to sort of fit it in when there's music playing and all that business.
Exactly. You know. And the thing about it is, right, that even though you've loads of time, enough time to do what you need to do, when you introduce a deadline into something.
Yeah.
It loses all its crack, doesn't it?
Well,
all of a sudden, like, even though there's no, you've plenty of time, you get it done.
Yeah.
But introduce a deadline and all of a sudden it's like, for the love of God.
I suppose there's always a deadline and that it has to be done for the end of the week. And we do it literally as the very last thing during the week.
Yes.
Whereas now it's like, no, it has to be done before the end of the week. It has to be done at 3 hours before the end of the week. We're like, what the fucking hell are you talking about? Are you actually out of your mind? 3 hours early. They were like, you have the whole week to do it. You mind your business about what I have to do. Well, you don't know anything about
you see,
me.
We do it like that so that we can kind of look back on the week, don't we?
Well, yeah, that's the reflective sort of talk of
like,
us.
for example, yesterday when we were driving around Dublin, and I'm not sure yet whether anybody noticed we were or not. But anyway, we were driving around Dublin unveiling our new ad, you see.
Yeah.
And,
an ad for an ad, if you can believe that.
Look, it was sold to us as driving around Dublin. It turned out to be basically a garage-to-garage kind of point-to-point. Really.
Which I was happy with, because honestly, the best thing about a drive these days, there used to be time, you'd have road trips with your friends years and years ago, and there was no motorways around them.
Yeah.
So you used to it was getting to Cork could take you a whole day, You'd stop off, you'd have some food, you'd do this. You have to bring your own food because you wouldn't know. If you eat the petrol stations back there, Culture came out and filled up your car for you. You couldn't even get out of the car. And all of that sort of
there wouldn't have been a shop. There would have been literally have been the box that he put the money in.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
You wouldn't have been going in browsing the sandwich selection.
No, and that's why nowadays road trips are totally different, and I prefer them now.
Yeah.
It's not about the trip. It's about the perusal of the petrol stations, You go in
every trip now involves the planning of your stop.
Every walk does.
You know where your destination is.
Every walk
and
does.
Then
I can't go anywhere without jumping into a bush.
Like, how has anybody ever set off with the belief of we'll go from here to Cork and we'll be there by that time and this and that. It's literally, we'll go from here to Cork and then now on the way down we'll pull in on the services at blah blah blah.
We'll go into Fermoy there and we'll have a McDonald's.
Whatever, yeah. You'd never make it to Fermoy, for God's sake. What are you mad? You'd be stopping before that.
I always stop at Fermoy.
Exactly, but you'd stop before that again.
Okay, I wouldn't, but I will today. Now that you've given me the option for multiple stops.
You'd make it all the way to Fermoy without a stop. Of all people.
That's what I do, yeah. I always go for Fermoy, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must be something special there.
McDonald's.
I would have thought now that literally once you got beyond anything that was technically classed as Dublin, you'd be entitled to a stop.
Well, that's true. Now, hold on. I mean, a stop. When you say a stop now, where you start? What do you mean?
Anything. Waterworks, coffee break.
Hold on. I thought you meant to stop.
Jellies.
I thought you meant to stop as in the sitting down and eating. But no, there'd be a petrol stop and there'd be a snack stop.
Oh, right.
And then there's the sitting down and eating, which is the actual stop.
Wow.
And then there's the journey destination finish, yeah.
So, PJ is the only person who plans mini breaks on a road trip.
Yeah,
like mini breaks. Like, oh my God, that's incredible.
Well, I'm not going to call it a stop because it's not. I'll pause for petrol.
Right.
In which case I might get an ice cream, which I'll say that'll carry me for a little while.
Obviously.
And then I'll get beyond the M50. I'll be there going, right, I need to check my pants and that I'm waterproofed and everything. So and then
you take sort of breaks in the build up to your breaks.
Yeah, and then you get down to Fermoy and you have the actual stop.
Yeah, the proper one.
Yeah, and you go, right. Maybe I need
a stop on the level where you may or may not have to loosen your trousers afterwards. That level of stop.
Oh, that's the one. That is the one. Yeah. sitting there with you, that's a good thing, you know, you can sort of undo your pants, sit there and go, oh, Jesus, and all that. And you don't refill there, you never refill at that stop because you need to do that the way back.
All right.
On the pause.
On the pause.
On your first pause on the way back.
Gotcha.
And then you go and finish your thing, you know. Yeah.
It's actually interesting you say that now because I've just realised a sort of, and this is going, you know, with me above all people, this is going to turn into a future problem for me. Is that, you know, the way the service stations now, very good, and great selections, and
fantastic
stuff, all
stuff,
sorts of different
everything.
foods, and everything, all sorts of, whether it be burgers or Oriental food or you know, just coffees and sandwiches,
or a weird salad in a cardboard box.
Yeah, exactly, or Subways or whatever that might be, right? And you know, that's the idea is a selection. What would you like? But to be honest with you, I've just realised, and I don't know why I didn't think about it before, to us, that's kind of like a carvery. You know what I mean? That it's like, well, yes, obviously I do want to have a Burger King.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do also want to have a Subway.
But isn't that the thing?
And I am sort of inkling towards a little bit of a Chinese takeaway.
Well, yeah, and you can have it all.
Exactly.
You can buy a Whopper, get some noodles, and pour some Percy Pigs on the plate. If you stop at one of them apple greens, yeah.
But it does kind of become then, you know, like that you might actually do it in visits. You know, so what I'm going to do is my starter I'm going to get from over there, that place with the deli looking place, and then I'll go up and maybe Burger King might be my main course, and then of course I'll have to go back up to there's probably some sort of Gino gelato somewhere.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That I'll have to go for.
I'll go, oh yeah.
And then I'll have to buy something from the shop on the way out to the car.
From your snack. Going from the car to the petrol station to the car. You have to have your snack,
exactly.
You know. Oh yeah. And that's the thing. And years ago you do it all at the start, you know. Before the petrol stations were as good as they are now, you do it all. So you'd go out into the shop or the supermarket or whatever, and you'd buy I'll have some crisps, I'll have some chocolate bars, I'll have a sack of jellies, I'll have a couple of bottles of Coke, you know, all that. And then you'd choose, I don't know, you just eat them as you were going nearly, wouldn't you, out of your lap or whatever?
Yeah.
And it was always so exciting. You're there with whoever you were going on the road trip with, maybe one or two lads or, you know, your girlfriend or whatever, and you'd be starting off and you'd be all music on, who's got the playlist, who's playing the CD, your job now, okay, Roisin, is to go through the CDs and collect the CDs, and you have to pick the music, and they take their job very seriously. The person in the front, they weren't just a passenger in the front, that was the navigator.
Oh, yeah.
And you're the driver, everyone has a job, you're eating on the go, and it's so exciting. You're all though, life is the highway, just go ride it, you know. And then 2 hours later it's completely silent.
Yeah.
And you're like, my Jesus, they're going to play that CD again, you know.
Yeah.
The road trip thing can wear off so fast. And then are you sure you're going the right way, Jim? Are you sure you're going the right way?
Yeah.
I seen a sign back there that said something on it.
And it becomes like, you know, that back in the day before Google Maps and everything, as you say, with the actual maps.
Yeah.
It became like rally driving.
Yeah.
It would get so tense that he'd be like, is it the next turn, is it? I'm just looking at it. Is it the next turn? I need to know. Am I in the right lane? Where am I going? Where am I going?
Oh, we have to be nearly fucking there now.
Yeah.
Ah, come on.
How far did you say that? I don't know. It's about that much on the map.
Stop somewhere.
What's that mean?
Oh, just stop somewhere for the piss, will you? I'm sick of this. Just pull in somewhere. I need a slash, you know. You're like, man. I'm not stopping now. There's nothing here.
How did we get around with maps?
Well, I don't know. I got all over. I went down as far as...
you're on a bike. You have to keep stopping to look at it.
Your tank map. I used to put it on the tank.
Yeah.
And I got down to Albania. And with maps.
That's mad,
I honestly can't remember how I did it. And I definitely know this. I couldn't do it today.
Yeah.
It was just I had an inherent ability to read a map. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm literally somebody who will have been to a place.
Yeah.
Have to go to that place again, and still need to do it on Google Maps.
Yeah.
I will not, like, if you know, it's like, say it's a football ground, a gag ground,
yeah,
or whatever.
I know. We've all done this now.
And it'd be like, we were there before. I played them before. Yeah, no way. I'd have to stick the Google Maps on.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be able to tell me.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
I remember doing a navigation course for the lifeboat. Navigation course, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, this is very hard. We went to lunch in a pub after the Porty kitchen.
Right.
And I got lost in the toilet. I couldn't find the main pub again. And I know that sounds like, no, you didn't. I did. I went upstairs to the house toilet.
Right.
The people who lived there or someone upstairs. And I was wondering, who has slippers under the sink of a pub toilet.
So hang a second. You were having lunch in a pub and you broke into somebody's house to go for a piss.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't mean to. I do remember taking the piss and going, there's slippers under the sink.
Okay.
And then I was like, where am I going? And there's a room with a TV and all. I was like, this is someone's house. And then I went down the stairs and I walked straight out onto the street. I was like, where am I?
The Party Kitchen is a big enough boozer.
Yeah, it's big, yeah.
For there to not be relatively obvious toilets. No.
Yeah,
Just guessing.
Well, when I finally went back in and found me lunch, and they were like, "Where were you?" And I was, then you get paranoid. They think I was doing a poo, and I was like, "What do you say?" And then, out of like the paranoid, I don't know why I'd be paranoid about that. That's what toilets are for.
Yeah.
But I didn't want them to. I don't know why I didn't want. So I told them, "I'm after getting lost looking for the toilet." And they were like, "We're doing a navigation course." I was there. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I got lost though. I got lost. Yeah.
So we need to do a refresher course, don't we?
So can I get me chips heated up? It's gone for ages. Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant.
And I managed to get across Europe on a motorcycle with just a tank map.
It's amazing now. We've said this all the time about things that like we said about the phones. Everybody used to remember millions of phone numbers.
Yeah,
and now you barely remember your own.
I've quite often been asking
me
my phone number.
I always
get
caught out on, because a lot of people do this and they do it. I don't know whether they set out to do it properly or whatever. They make a point of it, but remembering your own reg.
I wouldn't know the reg to anything.
I don't.
I know the start, the first
exactly.
3, 4.
I know what year it is.
Yeah, 161D.
Exactly.
After that,
I'm struggling. I know there's a 6 and an 8 in it somewhere. I'm just not sure which way around, and there's a 0 probably as well.
I always feel like a tick when you're booking your car in for a service, or you're biking for a service, and they go, "Okay, that's grand, that's booked in. What's the reg?" And you're like,
"Yeah,
I'm not even in. I'm nowhere near it."
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know.
I literally have to walk to the window if I'm doing my tax and insurance or whatever. I have to walk to the window to look out at the car to get the reg.
Yeah, I have to start going into my photos and typing in the first 161D, hoping the picture comes up.
Yeah.
And then I'm there. And then you read out. I've once just said the wrong numbers and then rang back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gave you the numbers of the other car.
There's a term for that, isn't there? It's learned obsolescence or learned
incompetence, is it? I think it might be learned incompetence. You learn you don't need to know anything, and so you just don't. Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. Yeah,
yeah.
Like exactly what you're saying.
But the weird thing is, like, we defend it, for ourselves when it comes to like maps and whatever.
Oh yeah.
But we'd be the very people who'd slag off somebody for not being able to read the clock.
God forbid someone else does it.
Yeah.
God forbid someone else does it.
We're just hypocrites.
Yeah. You mean someone? What do you mean you don't know the reg of your car? You bleeding tick. Yeah. I've had people ask me what age I am, and genuine I've gone. Jesus, what age am I?
Mm-hmm.
It can't
Mind
be.
you, I did that once. I went around telling people I was a year older, unbeknownst to myself, telling people I was a year older than I actually was, and then it had to be pointed out to me.
No way. So you did your 70 twice.
Although weirdly, that is somehow so appropriate for me, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? You'd never go younger, like you never think the better.
Like you think you're going to be whatever, I'll be this in November, and then you just start calling yourself that, even though like it's the other end of the year, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sure. I'm 50.
Aging myself.
I'm 50, and your missus will go, Jim, you're 45, and you'll be like, sure, I'm closer to 50. I may as well just round it up. That's what I'd do if I was selling things, wouldn't I? You'd be a price that you'd have to do.
Oh, man.
Well, Jim, it's 5 years. It doesn't matter. I'll fail it. I'll fail 50.
It is. It's like the life equivalent of you saying that you always slag me off about weekends. I get, Friday, I start worrying about, I'm going to feel terrible on Sunday.
Yeah, I can't believe it's nearly Sunday. But it's Friday. You haven't even had your full day off. You're like, I can't wait for Saturday.
It's going to be terrible.
I will really have so much things I want to do on Saturday, and I would enjoy them if Monday wasn't 2 days after. Yeah, I know. It's just you just don't give yourself a break with things like that. Yeah,
deadly. But the only thing about it is, at least, that I am very happy about this weekend, in the fact that I do know that you're going to be driving to Cork, and that's a good thing. You do love Cork.
I do.
But it is going to be in terrible weather.
It's gone piss rain all day.
Piss rain all day.
All the way down. I checked it, and as it dries in Dublin, it starts to get wet down there.
Great.
So I'm going into it.
I saved it for this bit, right? Because it wasn't relevant to read it out on the show bit.
Yeah.
Right. But there is a status yellow rain warning in place.
I know.
For where you're going.
Yeah. I saw it. I'm riding straight into it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is, look, that has taken the edge off worrying about Sunday.
And to think I'm going to have to go straight down with no brakes. Just 3 pauses. You know.
Why? Will you not get to do your Fermoy thing?
No, that's what I'm saying to you. I'm just being an aegis.
Right,
Take me.
okay.
I will do all that, yeah, of course I will. But I'll be damp and soggy. It takes the crack out of it. I then have to go to Limerick the next day, and I think it's going to be wet there as well.
Great.
Oh, Japers, I'll tell you
That's
something.
shaping up to be a decent
It's
weekend.
shaping up to be a decent weekend. Jim mightn't have enjoyed himself, but he'd be there. Now we finally look forward to a Monday. I can't wait to hear how terrible his weekend was. I'll be really looking forward to that now. First time I look forward to a Monday in ages. He didn't get any weekend at all. He had to work all the time. He got soaking wet, and he's a bastard. So I can't wait to feel for Monday morning.
Glory Days. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim.
With Apple Green, helping you enjoy a better journey. Now offering hundreds of M&S food favourites on the go.
Radio Nova.
Man, what I tell you something. I was out yesterday. I was working in Kilkenny yesterday.
Yeah.
In the shopping centre there. We're filming a new thing, right? So I was in the shopping centre for the day. I have to say, I have heard some of the most creative insults I've ever heard in my life.
Brilliant.
And they were directed at me. That was the unfortunate part of it. That was the unfortunate part of it. And a fella came up to me in Kilkenny. He goes, Japers, look who it is. I love the show. I do. And I was there, thanks very much. Nice to know. You know, you say, Dad, nice to know. I'm not talking to ourselves out there, whatever. And he goes, Japers. He says, Jim is great, isn't he? I'd say, working with you, it's like working for yourself. Oh, no, working with you, he goes, it's like working on your own, only it's twice as hard. That's what he said to me. That's what he said to me.
Wow.
And I was like...
I haven't heard that one before.
He turned the tables on me there.
That is absolutely brilliant.
And I was there, well, I'll tell you one thing. When I say that to Jim, he'll be absolutely delighted to hear. Like, and I'm
It's
sure
like working on your own, but twice as hard.
Twice as hard. That's what he said.
God, that's so insightful.
Quite a creative insult. And I thought that might be the end of it until we were out doing another bit on the street, you know.
Yeah.
And the guy came up to me and he says, Japers, I love the show. Again, all of this, love the show yourself and Jim. I get great crack every morning out of it. I have to say, I'll tell you something though. If they put your brains into a pigeon, he'd fly home backwards. That's what he said.
Who would have thought the people of Kilkenny were so brilliant in their in their ability to like, because those insults are like, there's work on every level.
I know.
They're really, really clever.
They are. They're quite linguistically accurate too. Like, you know, they're
absolutely
great wordplay and everything,
and so insightful.
Yeah,
as well. They really captured the essence of the
raging.
show.
I wasn't raging, but it was like, my God, that was very good. You know, I was impressed. I was impressed at the level of insult.
They are very creative insults.
I remember when we were on another radio station and somebody, someone rang in or texted in that says he's got 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd place, somebody said. And I remember thinking that was a pretty good one. But yesterday's out...
2 brain cells fighting for 3rd.
Yeah. Do you remember that now?
No.
Yeah, that was a good one. But yesterday they
I'm gonna have to write these down. These are fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And someone else once called me a participation trophy of a human.
Wow.
That one's a bit harsh, don't it?
That is.
But it does make me wonder, what are your favourite insults? Or what insults have you heard that are absolutely brilliant?
It is kind of unusual to have a favourite insult. To have been insulted and think, actually, that's the favourite way I've ever been insulted is kind of... But I do get it. When you're talking about something as clever as that that is brilliant.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is brilliant, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if you have one to share, I mean, I'll happily use them on PJ, you know. But if you've been on the receiving end of something and it is one of those where you yourself even... Because, I mean, I suppose from your point of view, you've experienced the heckle. You know, back in the old days when you used to be funny and everything.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like when you used to be a comedian, you experienced probably like a good heckle where you'd have to acknowledge, in fairness, that was good.
I did,
that
yeah.
was funny.
There was brilliant ones. Well, I'll leave the people nameless now.
Right.
But there was an amazing one where a fella out in Malahide, it was, of all places, who did a huge big joke, like a huge big long joke.
Yeah.
And delivered the punchline to complete silence, you know.
Right.
And nobody laughed. And then one fella stood up and went, I don't know what a tracker mortgage is, which was very funny. And then there was another time it happened thing was, it was the same fella.
Right.
And he did a huge joke, right? And big build up, delivered the punchline, silence. And then someone went, didn't there used to be a pool table in here? And I remember thinking that's one of the most hilarious and awful insults. And then there was... sorry, go on, yeah.
No, fire ahead.
And then we were at the
Don't worry about time or anything.
Time.
I'll be the one who gets into trouble for it going on too long. But you fire ahead.
Yeah, Grant. Well,
yeah, it's okay. Dave and Clint are literally writing this stuff down to give out to me about. But you fire ahead and keep it going.
As long as it's only you. Hey, listen, I'm a pigeon going home backwards. I'm allowed to take time.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Apple Green, helping you enjoy a better journey. Now offering hundreds of M&S food favourites on the go.
As you know, I'm sure Father's Day fast approaching this weekend. Sunday, isn't it? Sunday's Father's Day, 21st.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
And of course, the thing about it is anybody who's going to, maybe make a little purchase, a little gift for Dad on Father's Day. The old smellies have always been a popular choice, haven't they?
Haven't they?
You do fall into a kind of a category of socks and smellies and.
Be careful though if you're giving people smellies, you might make them a bit paranoid.
Yeah.
Be careful with that. Our fragrance habits can sneak up on us. Sometimes we don't know we're smelly.
There's a big difference between buying somebody aftershave and buying somebody deodorant.
Or some sort
There's a very different message in that.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get me for Father's Day? How to take
Breath
the
mints.
odour out of your shoes powder. Yeah. I know what you mean, but it is a thing, fragrance icks, the problems in relationships that can arise because of fragrances. And not just with men, I'm talking right across the board.
Yeah.
And there's a few, I don't know, would you call them sins? I suppose you would sort of nearly say they're definitely antisocial in a way. You can't wander around smelling like a dirty onion that fell out of a skip all the time. The odd time is fine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, it is, yeah. Don't you be judging now because you constantly smell like a perfect poopery of strawberry affections.
Poopery. You had to phrase it like that, did you? Poopery.
I think that's the proper pronunciation. Yeah.
Anyway, so what do you mean? What are these fragrance sins then?
Well, sometimes it's you're trying your best and you still get it wrong. So using way too much is one of them.
Oh, right,
way too much aftershave or perfume, and that's we've all noticed someone like that. They walk into the room and then all of a sudden you're like, "Mo, did the good ship Old Spice just spill its load there?"
Yeah, the paint starts peeling off the walls.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Why is it that if you're the one that's done that to yourself, you're the least likely to smell it? Is it the overexposure or something? I don't get it.
What is that? That is an interesting one, yeah.
And then there is the other one of smelling like an air freshener. You buy something so cheap that you put it on and you just suddenly smell like you've been valeted.
Yeah.
Not that you've had a shower, you actually smell valeted.
Or worse still, you smell like, toilet duck or something, or whatever, some sort of
someone sniffs your hair and goes, "Are you wearing?
Were you bleached before you came in?
Are you wearing a lot of leather?" And and then people who also would say, "Oh, I'm not going to have a shower for a few days." Sure, why would I when I have loads of deodorant?
Oh no!
And it doesn't cut
the masking.
The masking,
oh,
yeah.
Lord!
Effectively using deodorant as Febreze. You know that kind of way.
Febrezing your body.
Yeah, Febrezing your body. Just take the t-shirt off and let the sweat patches dry in the wind and then spray on some deodorant to get right back into it again.
Oh, Lord.
These are all things. I can tell you, Jim McCabe never does any of these. Never. Jim McCabe, I will say, as much as I like slagging Jim McCabe, he really does come in smelling of, literally of roses. I thought a florist was with him the first few times I met him.
I do not smell I would certainly not have a floral fragrance.
But you smell very good. I don't know.
Come here. So are these things now that people have cited? Is this a survey that people have done saying, about the things that they hate the most?
Yes, it is. These are the big, because 1 in 10 at least have broken up a relationship because of a smell-bound situation. I mean, some sort of fragrance
how bad
issue.
does it have to get if somebody would leave you because of it? Surely you'd cop something, would you?
I don't know. Well, I suppose you'd look at habits though as well.
Has that ever been quoted in divorce proceedings?
Yeah, smelly.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah, every time I mention...
he was a lovely person, generous, magnificent father, hard worker, blah, blah, but the bang off him.
Every time I looked at him, he was vigorously applying Brute 45 to every area of his whole body. I couldn't get away from it. I couldn't do it. Yeah. And he used all different scents. He used citrus shampoo mixed with raspberry armpit odor and washed his legs.
Smells are They are tough to overcome.
They are tough to
They are
overcome.
tough.
And you can get on, and then sometimes it's not even their fault. You'd meet someone and you'd be chatting to them, maybe even online, and you think that's great, and then you'd sit next to them and they smell exactly like your ex. And you go, I can't be dealing with him. I can't be going out with a fella who smells exactly like my ex. How am I supposed to be doing
Regardless
that?
of whether that was good or bad, you mean?
Yeah, but how can I introduce him to my mother and then he smells like Michael? They go, don't be mentioning Michael now. So even when you're doing something right, you could be doing something wrong, and then of course, some smells they just stand out, even if you're not dirty or even if there's not too much of it.
Right.
Someone, you sit down next to them and you go, I know what that is,
What about smells
that's that Lynx cheetah.
What about smells that sort of like, they're almost accidental? I'm thinking specifically of pet lovers and how, you know what I mean? The person themselves, they might genuinely be normally quite fastidious.
Yeah.
But they do have a love of a wet dog.
Yeah, and then there's people, they don't even have a dog, but when they get wet, they just sort of smell like an old dog.
Glory Days. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim.
With Apple Green, helping you enjoy a better journey. Now offering hundreds of M&S food favourites on the go.
Radio Nova.
You'll be familiar, obviously, because it's been around for absolutely donkey's years, but the board game Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly.
In fact, it extended beyond the board game, didn't it? Go kind of digital for a while or something?
Yeah, there's always been a digital
Yeah.
version of it. Well, not always, but for a long time now.
Yeah, so it's been around a long, long time, and obviously the way Monopoly is, right, naturally because it's gone around the world, different Monopoly boards exist. So,
They pop up
there's, if it's a British one, for
Well,
example.
New
you're gonna
York,
have-
London,
Exactly.
Dublin, it's normally all the capitals and
all
stuff.
the big cities, places that have a lot of things going on. They have waterworks and train stations and
Prisons and all.
prisons and all that sort of stuff. So this was an interesting twist.
Kerry is now getting one. Kerry is the next to get the new Monopoly board. They're getting their own Monopoly board.
Their
Roll
own
your
Monopoly
green
board.
and yellow dice, I suppose, yeah. And get ready.
Is this a first now?
Yeah, they beat off. There was other counties in the running to get it, by the way. Donegal, Tipperary, Tyrone, Wexford and Wicklow. Of all places, obviously Wicklow wasn't going to get it. Shit, they can't even agree with each other whether they're sea people or hill people or anything. And what would you be? A little gorilla fella running around the board or whatever it is. So there was never going to give it to Wicklow.
Unbelievable.
But
I
Kerry,
wasn't even asked.
Yeah, I know.
Who put forward these proposals?
I don't know. I don't know how you propose yourself.
There would have been so many opportunities for Wicklow. I mean, multiple different, urban destinations mixed with, fabulous rural. I mean, it's literally the Garden County. Beautiful. You could have bought beautiful acreage.
Oh my God. But then there's the community chest and all, the game of chance. You'd lift up a chance card for Wicklow, but you're going, unfortunately, you can't understand the man at the post office and you have to pay €200. Yeah, why can't you understand me? They only leave now in time,
Anyway, okay, getting back. So Kerry got it.
Kerry got
beat
it.
off the competition.
They beat it off, yeah.
Why?
I guess it's a great tourism thing for them. So maybe there was some lobbying on the tourism.
I'm sure
side.
they're very happy to get it. I want to know why the Monopoly people gave it to Kerry.
I honestly don't know. I mean, it's not like they're completely enamoured with the Rose of Tralee or the way you can.
So what's going to be? Does it say what's going to be on the board? The
Ring of Kerry.
INEC. So
Ring of Kerry will be on
you'll
it.
be able to buy the INEC, will you?
Yeah, I suppose Killarney, the Glen Eagle and Killarney.
The Glen Eagle, yeah, you could buy that.
And then that place.
What's the poshest road in?
Skellig Star Wars, that'll be on it.
What's the poshest road in Kerry? Like, what's going to be the
man, I
Pall
don't
Mall or the Park Lane of Kerry?
I don't know. Is there a posh road in Kerry?
Like, had it have been
I don't think there's a
had
posh
it have
road.
been Cork, for
Killorglin,
example?
would it be where the Healy Rays are? Killorglin, would that be it?
That's the posh.
Yeah.
Like, if it had been Cork, say, for example,
Well,
Pall
that's
Mall
it.
would have been Montenotte.
Cork would have been a much better choice. I'm sorry, Kerry people, but Cork would have been a better choice.
You're going to.
It would have been. For comedy value
I hope you
alone.
don't have to travel through Kerry soon.
For comedy value alone, Cork would have been a better choice. It
Well,
wouldn't
you can
even
imagine.
have.
You can imagine the outrage in Cork. Imagine how angry Cork are about their opera house and everything not being.
Yeah, and the best thing is, if it was a Cork board, it wouldn't even say Opera House. It'd be the greatest opera house in the world ever. That'll be on the board.
And what did we have recently? They were going on about that they had. In addition to that, they didn't even mention their opera house. There was something. We did a story that they were getting something.
I don't know what it was.
That was fairly recent. But
Something
anyway,
to do with Cork people in space or something, was it?
I mean, so there we go. So they'd have the posh street with Montenotte, They'd have an opera house.
They'd have the greatest opera house in the world.
Right.
Probably Ireland's finest prison. Whatever it would be known as the greatest.
They were getting the tallest building in Ireland.
That's probably going to be what it's called. Cork's tallest building in Ireland. That's the official title of the.
Although
Trucker
building. Paul claims there is a Cork monopoly out there already.
I'd love to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody else saying, in fairness, Cork have been angry for a long while now, ever since the Young Offenders Christmas special.
Oh, for the love of God. How is that? You can't mention anything without that getting thrown up in front of your face. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Go straight to jail. Whoever texts that in, go straight to jail. Do not pass go.
Somebody saying that the posh road in Kerry is the road to Cork. This is definitely becoming...
It's definitely becoming a bit of a pylon for Kerry.
In fairness, look, I mean, we should just let them embrace it. I assume that the little icon things, the little pieces that you move around the board.
Yeah, it'd be Healy Ray flat cap would be one of them, won't it?
Instead of a top hat. Yeah. A Healy Ray flat cap.
And the puck goat, that'll be another one. You have to get the puck goat.
Instead of the little dog. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one as well. What else did they use?
The Kerry donkey, to be a Kerry donkey. You know, the famous Kerry donkey. And a
famous Kerry donkey.
Yeah, there's a very famous and rare Kerry donkey. Yeah.
Right, okay.
And then there'd be a Jarvie lad pulling loads of Americans around in a horse. That'd have to be one as well.
Yeah, that'd make actually a good for the community chest and the chance cards and all that.
Yeah,
yeah. You've been overcharging Americans.
Yeah,
for 2 years
yes,
now.
500.
Collect 500.
Yeah, €500 for a go of a horse is outrageous. Please do not pass go. Go straight to jail.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Apple Green, helping you enjoy a better journey. Now offering hundreds of M&S food favourites on the go.
As you can probably hear, we are literally on the move. We're on the road, as we have been all morning, taking a brand new ad around the city and around the county of Dublin. We are showing it off. It's you'll see it up. Well, it's already on our social media. If you want to go and check it out for yourself, you can see it there. You'll see it in cinemas, on TV, out and about, all of that sort of stuff. So we're premiering it today, previewing it for people, driving it around. We've got Martin driving us around in this fantastic piece of kit, a big digital display on the back, playing the ad. We've been stopping off at various locations.
Yeah, sorry, I'm after dropping the phone that I needed all the information to speak about everything. And I tried to make the driver laugh about it, but
unbelievable.
He's just like shaking his head. He's like you.
This is the way I have to. This is like me every morning. You think this is about you? Only have to do this one morning.
That's why I was trying to get a laugh
for me.
That's why I was trying to get a laugh out of him. I've already worn you down.
Absolutely. There's nothing left in me. Anyway,
now you both think
that's
I'm an
where
idiot.
we are. There's a strange story doing the rounds today. Normally, you know, if somebody finds a little bit of forgotten treasure, okay, if you find that sort of thing where it's, you know, something in the attic, you know those programs, Cash in the Attic and everything, all that sort of stuff.
I love these shows. Yeah,
Antiques Roadshow, whatever, where people find this discovery and they think, oh, that could be worth a few quid. Not everybody thinks like that.
That's not the only thing to be thinking of. Apparently, a man in England, he was doing his house up. 40 years the house hadn't been renovated.
Wow.
He bought the house. He decided, I'm going to change things around a little bit, started doing the work. And so the last time the house was moved it was in the late 1970s, he reckons.
Okay.
Which is actually more than 40 years. It's closer to 50 years, isn't it? And he found an old bag of Golden Wonder cheese and onion crisps. Right,
wow.
So a bag of cheese and onion crisps, 40 plus years old, he found. And he was like, wow, we looked through, you know, the little transparent parts of the package.
Golden Wonder, are they still on the go?
I do not know. So they're like, you know, so it's a real capsule, a little piece of time.
And it was intact, like it was...
Yep, intact. And he said, the crisp, you can see through a little piece of the package, you know, the way they had transparent bags a little bit then. And you can see the crisps are all completely intact. Like, they just came out of the shop, preserved very well in the walls.
And they were in the walls?
Yeah, he found it when he took one of the walls down. That's he was redoing the house. It was behind the plaster.
So some builder's still looking for his Golden Wonder.
Yeah, some fellas out there, I never did find those cheese and onion crisps. I had to eat me sandwich without them. It was the worst time of your career.
It was. Worst lunch I've ever had.
And then he went on to Twitter, and he sort of went on to Twitter and says, hey, Golden Wonder, I'm renovating my home. I just pulled the kitchen unit away behind the wall there, and he says, I found this beautiful looking packet of crisps from the 1970s. What do you reckon, he says? And they assumed, would they be worth a few quid?
Yeah, well, I would have imagined. I mean, that's like fully intact, you know, and they're proper packaging originals.
Pieces, but then he says, no, I don't mean a few quid. Are they safe to eat? So he's wondering, it's a 25 gram packet, he goes. A red bag, and it has written on the back, have you tried our new prawn cocktail flavour? So it was before even prawn cocktail was out.
When prawn cocktail was fancy.
When they first were released, when it was a fancy crisp, and he's just kind of going, I'm sitting at home, I'm just wondering, could I eat them?
So they're nearly 50 years old.
Yeah. And his first thought was...
So he didn't think how many of them will there be? This could be very rare. This is incredible. How much money is this going to be worth?
I wonder if I tweet him now, could he get back to me by lunchtime? So I can see if I could eat them.
Put them on a sandwich.
They'd be grand. So there's nothing wrong with them.
What a mad way to think about a 50-year-old bag of crisps.
I know, it is, isn't it, Jim?
Surely even you... Well, actually, no, I take it back. I was about to say, surely even you would see the potential value in, the heirloom factor or whatever, but...
Heirloom? Me granddad left me this packet of crisps. After the war.
That might be all I'd ever have to look forward to. But that's a strange one.
It is, isn't it, yeah? I do love that there's that people still like that. I know they'd be fine to eat, though. That is the thing. I would eat them.
Well, and of course you would, because you've made it your mission in life to totally disregard anything that's a best before.
Because it doesn't mean anything, Jim. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. That's the only thing that matters is the sniff test. And if it sniffs all right and there's no mould on it, it's safe to eat. Yeah. Best before, there was no use by dates in my day, Jim. We just got sick and moved on with our lives.
So very true. I tell you, you're right. They probably would be absolutely. I mean, if they look like they're intact,
they're
fine. It'd be an awful shame though if somebody turned around and said, "God, I wouldn't open them." They could be worth like tens of thousands of euro, and you went anyway. And then it turned out that the first one yet was stale. Disgusted.
For God's, that's soft. What a waste of time. I'm going to leave Jimmy Toblerone collection if I die.
And you know something? I just realised I don't even like prawn cocktail.
Yeah, imagine. Say that at the funeral. He left me his best bag of crisps. 40 years out of date. And they didn't even taste good.
I don't know why that reminds me of Peter Kay gag about, when the people at funerals and a packet rolls across, gets caught in the breeze. Like, oh, look at that. Golden Wonder, they were his favourite.
Yeah. That's Granddaddy now, waving at us with an empty bag of crisps. Your Granddaddy's waving at you with an empty bag of crisps. He's as scaldy in his past life as he was in his real then, obviously.
That's a bad thing about it, isn't it? It's like, he had a terrible diet. His diet killed him. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. 50-year-old bag of crisps. Yeah. That was the last straw.
Yeah, well, if it was something to do with his diet, there would have been 7 cans blowing in the wind. So I think this just might be a coincidence.
You've been listening to Glory Days, the best of Radio Nova's Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. Catch the show live weekdays 6 to 10 on FM, online at nova.ie, or on the Nova app.